What's up guys, Frugal BC here. Today we are talking about, did this Algorand project rug pull, and was it mean for a project to actually rug pull? We're going to take a look at Vendible today and what is going on with it, and kind of answer this bigger question of what it really means for a project to rug pull versus just run into problems. Businesses fail all the time. These things happen. There's also the issue of communication. I'm going to talk a lot about that today because I think communication is the most undervalued tool in the crypto ecosystem. It's so important, and so many of these businesses neglect it. So we're going to talk about that today. Before we do that, guys, I'd really love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button as well. Remember, you don't have to smash those. You can just press them really gently. Works just fine. And I want you to subscribe to the channel so you can see all our Algorand and other coin videos that we make. We've got a Hedera one coming up later in the week, so check that out. Got some cool updates there. And a big shout out to our sponsors, Non-Fungible Domains. If you want that .algo address after your name, much easier web address to use than, or I should say wallet address to use than all those letters and numbers. Go on and check that out. You can get a customizable .algo address. And brought to you by Fractal Monsters, which is a great play to earn game on the Algorand blockchain. It's up now. You can play it. You can buy NFTs and earn, or you can just play it for free just to try it out. Either way, description down below. I got credit on the first day, I'll tell you what. So well, it wasn't the first day. I take that back, but I got one very shortly there after the launch, and I've been enjoying it. Fun game to play, so check that out. Now let's get to this topic today. I want to talk about Vendible because this is a very interesting platform, and let's take a look at. Let's just had a tweet today, and I think this is really important to look at. Let's start off with what it's responding to. In case you're wondering, Vendible billed itself as a secure universal identity for the intelligence revolution. That's really vague, as a lot of these are. We'll dig in more about what they're doing in a second. Day one on calling on the Algorand Foundation to shed some light on GoVendible. Vendible is the name of the company, doing a disappearing act after grifting hundreds of thousands of algo from the community from the sale, 10,000 NFTs. And he takes Stacey Warden and John Allen Woods and a couple other people I don't know. Maybe I would know. What else did he say? Let's see. So-and-so brought 12. This is one of the people I didn't know. I guess we can look. This is the CEO of GoVendible, said regularly touted the foundation's support in order to gain the trust of the community, and even sat on an advisory committees at the foundation to sell its utility NFTs to a finished product all but awaiting testnet. Last seen in Dubai 2 months ago. He talks about strategic partnerships with Para and Borderless Cap, then going MIA. We're going to get into that. We know why. We'll find out why in a minute. The Ival City community is now left holding the bag in a situation that can only be described as Algorand 2.0. And I think the website was actually gone. There's an explanation for that too, although I think that is not a good look. Just trying to see what else. He does respond to the response, but I want to show the response, okay? So GoVendible was a multi-chain, and I believe it was allowing vault. It was supposed to have vaults for your crypto. I'll explain more later. This is really important to put together though. Okay, so Vendible tweeted, they've been very inactive for a while. They tweeted, we've liked and retweeted this person, Travis Hilton, 17. Thanks for caring enough to put this together. I really do appreciate, and this is the CEO talking, really do appreciate you took the time to go over all of this. I would also like to apologize for the lack of communication over the past several months. And yeah, you can't do this. We'll talk about this in more detail, but you just simply cannot go silent. I've spent the better part of 6 years working on Vendible. To see us complete the build on something I'd envisioned for a long time ago is humbling. Our team far exceeded what we had ever envisioned the system could or achieve. Well, I really stumbled on that one. To see us get stuck on the way to mainnet was a crushing blow, I understand, and I took some time away from my mental health, as it has not been good. I stepped away from the socials entirely, as well as the GAC. I'm now working my way back to engaging, but it will be a slow process. And you know, I'm actually going to talk about this right now. You cannot just go silent. In crypto, you absolutely cannot go silent. I can't emphasize that enough. Crypto has been full of rugs, and it's one of the red flags of crypto. If you need to take a break, tell people you're taking a break. Say, I got to step away from a little while. We're still going to be building. I'm just going to take a break. Personally, I don't know that you can take a break. I don't know if you're trying to build and work towards mainnet, I guess you got to do what you got to do. But for sure, if you're going to take a break, you got to tell people. You cannot just disappear. Listen, I run a newsletter business, and my subscribers expect updates. They expect me to post relatively often, and if I can't for some reason, I don't over Christmas. I take a break over the Christmas week. I don't post anything, and I tell people ahead of time, hey, we're not going to be posting. You gotta communicate this stuff. You gotta put it out there. And then the website going down on top of that, which we're gonna get to, that is not a good look. You just can't do this stuff in crypto, okay? So I just want to point that out. We'll go back to this though. Let's see, both Gwen and myself have been working closely with our investors to ensure that we are in a position to succeed if we are successful with our next round of funding. We're also in active talks with numerous projects, as always, that can use our services post-launch. Updates were becoming meaningless. No, they are not. Even if the update is no an update, you got to say something once a week, which is what we'll get to that. As we were continually told the same thing from everyone we spoke to, there was nothing of note to give. Doesn't matter. You got to say something, especially when your website goes down. I'll be taking over a routine update for now, but it will be once per week. And that's fine. That's fine. Once a week. Just let people know you're here. Hey, we're still building. There's got to be something. Something has to have happened. And you know what? If it's bad, tell people that. You know, people trust you when you say, hey, we face some challenges right now. There's some challenges. I mean, you got to give people something. You cannot go quiet in crypto. That's just not how it works. So he's going to do Monday updates. I won't be doing many replies. And yeah, massive time suck. It is, for sure. And, you know, I do reply to everybody, and it is a pretty bad time suck. I think you should put together a little time to reply once in a while, but I get it. Yeah, I don't agree with it. Website was down. Website down was an error on my part. I'm updating the site and we'll post when done. Servers being down, it was a choice between feeding my family and running servers no one is using. Yeah, again, gotta tell people that. Full transparency is what you were asking for. I can't express how much I've lost. Yep, exactly. Transparency. You know, why is that important? Because people bought these NFTs. They put a lot of money into it. So if you just go quiet, like that's horrible. You know, you just can't do it. We still have our partnerships and friends in the industry. They can only do so much. Ival City, Trustable, the network, Vend, are all very much what Vendable cares about and is working towards. Once again, I apologize for the lack of communication and fully own that. I was getting to the point where I could not serve anyone. And again, that's fine, but if you gotta take a break, you gotta tell people, hey, I'm taking a break. This isn't a rug. I just don't think enough of these company founders understand how important that is. Our priorities are funding, taking care of our team, Trustable launch, Ival City, Vend network, integrations. This is the same strategy that we've made. Some internal shifts to focus on how Trustable will be used and how the network will benefit the members. Some people are supportive. This guy says, screw off. I don't agree with this either. Businesses are going to hit snags. I just think you can't go quiet. That's what I'm saying. We'll have confidence. Glad to see you found your voice again. And here, regardless of whether there's enough to update, it's important to reassure the community regularly that the project isn't shutting down. That's what I'm saying, man. Travis Hilton, this is the guy who originally made the point. I am so 100% on board with what you're saying here. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying all along. Particularly when things are going offline and following a similar pattern to other rugs. Exactly. The website going down and that, not good. And I'm all about, you know, taking care of your mental health, but also like you got to find a way to do that and just not, you can't just walk away from your business. I don't know. You got to put someone else in charge then or something. It just seems a little irresponsible. But, you know, great. I'm glad. Let's go back to what he said then. It says, well, guys, we have a response. I'm happy to say Doug has been found safe and well. I would like to thank AlgoFam and wider crypto community for their support in getting this out there. Giveaway still, and he's doing okay, I thought there'd be more to that now. Flags. Yeah, so honestly, from now on, if the first thing a project does is launch NFTs, red flags. And that's something I've been actually very critical of. I've been very critical of the fact that people will launch these NFTs and then launch a product later in the future. Like I think that era is coming to an end. I've seen that with Web3. Companies aren't doing that anymore. I think with other products too on Web3, it's like, yeah, give me something that's useful and then maybe I'll buy your NFT, not vice versa. And I just simply won't do it. I won't, like, I didn't buy Lofty NFTs when there was no Lofty NFTs to buy. Like they launched a product, it had NFTs that did something and I bought those. But I just don't I just don't think it's a good idea to buy NFTs ahead of time. And this is interesting from TrueU. Now, TrueU is creating a dating app. That's been going on for a while too. I have to say I haven't seen anything out of TrueU lately. Like I haven't seen this dApp yet, so but at least they're still active and communicating, I guess. It says, we haven't been able to get a hold of the Vendable team either for some time now, have had to develop our own user verification pipeline for our product. Yeah, so user verification was one of the things that they were working on, that they would provide this verification without having to disclose things. So it was going to be a pretty cool thing in the ecosystem, but yeah, so they were relying on them and they just stopped hearing from them. They're talking about being careful. So Travis said, yeah, since this post on November 8th, where he says we're working on the same go-to-market strategy as before, nothing has changed. He says the website has gone offline and the Discord mods are claiming no contact with the CEO for 2 months, which he explained later. So yeah, there's a couple of things here, and I do think they were developing a valuable product, and I hope it still comes out, but I have a lot of concerns about these companies that release an NFT first and then they're going to develop a product. You should be very leery about that, in my opinion. I want to support projects that actually are operating and doing things. And if they're getting foundation support, they're getting other VC support, they should be able to get some kind of product up and running. One thing that possibly, I know Vendable is talking about was going to be multi-chain. I think a lot of these companies might be biting off more than can chew initially. I mean, I think you should in my opinion, you should think smaller and first do things in stages and get something active and going. Look at non-fungible domains. They're not asking for, they didn't sell me an NFT or they don't have a token. They just made a product and you can go buy the product. I think that's awesome. That's one of the reasons why they're a sponsor. Like, I just like what they're doing, and I don't see the opportunity for them to rug pull because they're creating a product and it's running. And this broader idea of like, is a project a rug pull versus just shutting down or just pausing? It's not the same thing with Algorand too. He went quiet for a while, and finally after the fact, he came out and said, well, I got to take a break for a while. I'm sure there's significant burnout in this space, but you just cannot go silent. And if you have to step away for a while, I think you should find a way not to have to do that. Take a week off, or I don't know, find some way to find some way to develop mental health for yourself. I can't just like leave my job. I've been doing my full-time job and YouTube and a newsletter on top of that for like a couple of years, trying to make those into building a sustainable business. And you know what? I don't have the luxury of taking time off. I just got to do it every day. I just got to get up and work for my community and work for you guys. So I don't know. I'm sympathetic, but also kind of not. If I do, like I said, I take a break on my newsletter at Christmas and I let people know that I'm taking a break. You see this with a lot of Substack people. If they got to take a extended time, they say, hey, we're taking a time off. I'm not going to be posting for a while. They don't just go silent. That's the killer of NFTs. Anyway, I've been going on a rant for a while. I do want to hear what you have to say. What do you think about this? I don't want to just pick on Vendable, but this is a pattern I've been seeing in crypto in general, especially on the Algorand, because I focus on that a lot, where these companies just go silent. And I don't think a company failing is the same as a intentional rug pull, but what you can't do, you just can't go silent. I'm gonna harp on that till the day until I'm taken off of YouTube or whatever happens, or if I go to the big YouTube channel in the sky. I don't know. I'm going to keep harping on that. Is what I'm going to do. So like, I hope if you're a project creator and you're watching this, I hope you're taking that to heart. Like, you just can't go silent. Communication is a core part of your business in crypto. I think it's a core part of any business, but it's absolutely 100% necessary. It's not an extra. It's a core piece, because we've had stuff like Algorand. We've had other scams. We had stuff where they just disappear all of a sudden. And you can't not communicate. That's all I got to say. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got something out of that. Agree or disagree, leave your comments in the comments section, of course. And I'm Frugal BC. I will see you in the future.